The truth is, dogs can sense earthquakes before they happen. They can know when their owner is about to come home. And they can even bark warnings when danger hasn't shown itself yet. And even more astonishing, many dogs are believed to sense death before it happens. It sounds chilling, but this is actually not rare. Is it a superpower? Or simply senses humans don't have? Today, we'll explore the question. Can dogs really sense the future? Stay until the end, because the final story might give you goosebumps. Now we enter the part that makes many people believe. Dogs truly have intuition. Dogs don't just look at you, they smell you. When you feel happy, stressed, afraid, or sad, your body releases different hormones. Adrenaline, cortisol, oxytocin, to humans invisible. To dogs as clear as a glowing sign. That's why some dogs cuddle their owners when they cry. Others become restless when their human is anxious. They're not reading your thoughts. They're reading your body's chemistry. In hospitals, medical detection dogs are trained to sense seizures, drops in blood sugar, and even certain cancers. Many patients report their dog warned them before medical machines showed any alert. To us, it looks like predicting the future. But in reality, dogs are detecting changes earlier than human senses ever could. No magic, just a nose tens of thousands of times stronger than ours. Now we move to the most mysterious topic of all: earthquakes. For centuries, people have reported animals acting strangely. Before major earthquakes, dogs barking nonstop, running away, or refusing to stay indoors. Could they really sense a disaster before it happens? Scientists believe dogs can hear ultra-low frequency sounds and feel tiny ground vibrations that humans cannot detect. Before an earthquake strikes, the earth releases extremely subtle signals. To us, complete silence. To dogs, a warning. In multiple documented cases, dogs alerted their owners minutes before real earthquakes occurred, not predicting the future, simply sensing the present, far better than we can. So, in the end, do dogs actually see the future? The honest answer is no, but here's what matters. Dogs live in a world humans can't fully perceive. They hear frequencies you'll never know exist. They smell particles floating in the air. They feel vibrations smaller than an insect's footsteps. You and I see the world mostly with our eyes, but dogs see with their nose, ears, and entire body. So when a dog suddenly stares at nothing, it may be hearing a sound you can't. When a dog becomes anxious for no clear reason, it may be smelling a change you don't notice. They don't predict tomorrow. They detect today, a few steps ahead of you. And sometimes, those few steps create something that feels like a miracle. In 2011 in Japan, before the devastating Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, many people reported their dogs behaving strangely. Some barked all night. Some refused to enter the house. Some pulled their owners outside despite resistance. One story recorded by Japanese media: a small dog grabbed its owner's clothing and dragged them out of the house. Just minutes later, that house collapsed during the first major tremor. The dog didn't understand the word earthquake, but it sensed pre-quake vibrations, signals far too small for humans to detect. To us, it was life-saving. To the dog, pure instinct. And this was not an isolated case. From China to Turkey to Indonesia, hundreds of similar reports exist. Dogs are not prophets, but they are creatures. Nature equipped to detect danger early. And sometimes, that is the difference between life and death. But it's not only science that tells these stories. In ancient folktales and legends across the world, dogs have always been linked to mysterious abilities. People believed dogs could see ghosts. Dogs could sense spirits. Dogs could foresee good or bad omens. In many cultures, dogs were seen as guardians, standing between the world of the living and the unseen world beyond. They protected their humans from things people could not see. Of course, today we know this isn't magic, but perhaps those legends were created to explain a simple truth: that dogs experience the world more deeply than we ever imagined. And maybe that's why, throughout history, people learned to trust a dog's strange behavior. Because when a dog suddenly acts differently, refuses to enter a place, stares at nothing, or barks for no clear reason, sometimes it's worth paying attention. And especially when not just one dog, but several dogs nearby begin acting the same way. It could be nothing, but it could also be a warning you don't yet understand. So if your dog ever behaves unusually, don't ignore it too quickly, because their senses reach places ours never will. And after everything we've explored, maybe the most important question isn't whether dogs can see the future, but this instead: they are always there with you in the present. When you're happy, they share your joy. When you're sad, they quietly sit beside you. When danger appears, they're ready to step forward first. So if you're lucky enough to have a dog as your companion, cherish that bond. Because in this vast world, not everyone is blessed with a friend who loves them without conditions. So in the end, can dogs really sense the future? If you ask science, the answer is no. But if you ask the heart, you may already have your own answer. Because dogs don't need to see tomorrow. They simply experience the world a little better than we do, and a little earlier than we do. That tiny difference is what lets them wait at the door, right before you come home. What makes them comfort you when you're sad. And sometimes, what pulls you away from danger before you even realize it exists. Not magic, not prophecy, just a beautiful combination of instinct, extraordinary senses, and love for humans. So next time your dog suddenly acts strange, don't ignore it too quickly. Maybe they're telling you something you haven't sensed yet. And if you enjoy stories where science meets mystery, don't forget to subscribe, because in the next video, we'll explore another animal ability that will leave you amazed. And who knows, after that, you may never look at your pet the same way again.